Hey, it's Ben here, your virtual CTO. Welcome to the CTO Guy Buzzword Series. Today we're talking about CSS. What is CSS? Why does it matter to your business? This is just meant to give you enough of an overview so that when you're talking to somebody technical and they say the word CSS, you get a picture for what they're talking about. So let's build on our previous series on HTML and HAML. We're continuing with the sample here, and now we're doing CSS. Here's the essence of CSS. You want to be able to change colors, change sizes, things like that. So let's do it. Let's start a CSS section here. And for my H1, I want a font size of 50 pixels. Let's see what that does. Great, it looks like it changed it, made it a little bigger, but I'm still not happy with that. Let's go color red, see what that does. All right, I'm liking that a little bit more, but now my paragraph text, just overall the body of the document is the wrong font family. I want a font family of, let's call it Arial. There, now that's looking a little nicer, but still not quite what I'm looking for. Let's go for an even different font. I've gone on to Google Fonts here and I've selected this one called Ravi Prakash, and I'm going to link to it from my document. So I need to convert this HTML style sheet link into the corresponding HAML syntax, and I'm going to put it in the head section of the document, and then I'm going to use a font family here for the body of that Ravi Prakash kind. Ooh, I like that. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so let's do a heading 2. Let's do a color orange and make sure that that looks nice. Okay, and we'll default the color of the font to dark gray. So it's not quite black, In fact, you know what? Let's go background color black, and we'll call this light gray. Let's see what this does. Oh, perfect. I'm liking this a lot better now. So maybe I like my tables a little bit differently. Instead of using some kind of pseudo styling stuff here, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say that I want table data cells to have a border of 2 pixels solid green. Solid greed. Freudian slip. Let's see, and we'll say we want we'll want them to have 5 pixels of padding inside the cells. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's looking a little better. Now I see that there's still a little bit of spacing between them. Let's see if we can figure out how to make that go away. To make that go away at the table level, I have to add a border collapse directive, and that will cause the table border to collapse. I don't know why we have a white screen there. Let's try reloading that frame. And there we go. So this is looking nicer and nicer. Now, something we've forgotten about now is images in HTML. So let's go grab an image of Donald Trump. Here's that kissy picture I like. We're going to just grab this image right here, and we're going to put in right under here, we'll put in a new paragraph, and we'll say image source equals the Donald Trump picture, right? Okay, so now here we have an image. Now, we could, if we wanted to, do something like width is 100. We could do that in HAML, and that would work. You see how that worked? But instead of that, I'm going to say up here in the styling, I'm going to say that for images, I want a border of 1 pixel solid light gray, or no, I want dark gray like that, and I want, okay, that looks good. I want a max width. Oh, let's just, yeah, well, we'll say a max width of 250 pixels. Let's see what that does. Okay, that's looking nice. Now I want a border radius of, say, 5 pixels. And watch what that does. It'll, when it refreshes here, it's going to give it a bit of a rounded effect. If I spell radius correct, R-A-D-I-U-S. Okay, border radius. Did I spell it right? There we go. Okay, so we've got a nice thing now. If you've ever seen totally round images, watch this. Let's try a border radius of 50 pixels. Okay, let's try a border radius of 500 pixels and see what that does. Let's try a border radius of 5,000 pixels and see what that does. And we can back off on the width here. We can make the width like 150 pixels instead. But let's go ahead and put it back to 250 pixels, and let's specify this as a percentage instead, and say we want a 50% rounded border. Now, because this kissy face is rectangular, it's going to give us an ovular picture. But what if we go for a more square picture? Let's find kind of a square one of Trump. This looks pretty square. I'm having trouble finding an actual square picture. They all look square until I click on them. Maybe in Google there's a way to search for size. There's not a way to search for shape. That would be interesting though, right? Oh, show sizes? I don't know. Okay, here we go. So we're looking for one that's roughly equal dimensions. Let me pause and find one. Here we go, perfect square right here. Let's grab this one, go back to this, replace our image, and watch what happens. It will be now a circle instead. Look at that. Let's change the heading here. Trump forever. Oh, we need to make it a hashtag, don't we? There we go. That looks like a G. Trump giver? Okay. So in any case, we have now explored styling. The only other thing I want to do is show you that instead of having this CSS right here inside the HTML, we can actually put it in a separate file like this. That looks nicer. It keeps our HTML a little bit cleaner, right? And you can actually include the fonts that way too. So let's just rip the font out of here, and then let's put it in CSS. There we go. We'll just make it an import statement and import the fonts right from here. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So we've got our wonderful web page written in Haml, and there is your CSS tutorial. So you're beginning to see that CSS has some really powerful capabilities for styling things. I want to add one more thing. Now I'll add it later. This is good for now.